there's a little movement in the pulley, but it's something's quite stiff, and I don't know what it is. Well, let's see. I don't know what you can see here. Well, I think the thing to do is to remove the belt and see if that's the culprit, and we'll know from there what to do. From what I can tell, the unit is not frozen up, it's the belt, because everything is turning and the pulley is sliding slightly in the belt. So I think the belt has hardened to a shape, and so we're going to apparently the tension on the belt is set by the mounting bolts on the electric motor. Now I've loosened the one on the other side and found it to be very easy to do. Let's see what happens here. Well, I don't think I could have done it with my fingers, but otherwise, actually I can now do it with my fingers. So let's find a home for the wrench on the floor and see if we can pull the motor. Alright, I think we did. Well, maybe we didn't. Well, there seems to be something else holding the motor, but there's only 2 bolts. And there's a little opening there that indicates that it can slide this way. So, well, I brought my gentle persuader from the my little shop out here. Ah, there we go. Trying to be very careful not to hit that data plate. Now, we did move it a little. Let's see if that's enough. Oh yeah. Well, we're almost there. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I just don't want to get my finger caught in there. But clearly the machine is not frozen up. I'm in my own light here. And there it goes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. All I need is a new belt if the motor is working, and we're about to find out about that. I would say that's one step belt. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to not get grease on my camera. Yeah, that's a that is one petrified belt. And as I was demonstrating, the unit is completely free. This is lovely. I should, in fact, be able to engage the rollers to demonstrate. Let's see. And there it goes. Now I'm holding the camera in one hand and turning the wheel with the other, but I think maybe you can tell it is rolling. Yes. Now let's see what we can do here. The cord is in just a hideous. I'm sorry. Let me get my camera right. The electric cord is in really hideous condition, and so I'm going to set up a surge protector to use as a switch. And in case you don't know, none of these Maytag wringer washers had an on-off switch as far as the motor was concerned. When you plugged it in, it was on. When you unplugged it, it was off. And I may find a way to get around that. I don't care for that too much, but it would be on the switch end and not on the unit itself. So let's see what we've got in the way of a motor. Alright, here we go. For the first time probably in decades, we're going to see. I want to make sure I don't have any bare wires anywhere touching anything metal. But for the first time in a number of decades, no doubt, this will be the first time power has been applied to this motor. Well, without the stiff belt on it. The seller, a woman had a brother there with her, and he plugged it in, and I told him, leave it only a second, just plug it in and then take it right back out. And the motor made a noise, but nothing happened. Nothing turned, and I could not turn the agitator by hand inside when the clutch was engaged. So it was either a frozen gearbox, something in the gearbox, a dead motor, or the belt was so stiff it wouldn't allow it to turn. And it turns out that may be the case, but there may also be a motor problem. We'll find out. Now, I'm rigged up just on a little surge protector here, and hopefully that's a safe way to do things. So here we go. I'm going to try and hold camera and do all this at one time. And I don't think the lighting's great here, but here we go. Yes. Now there's a little noise. It's not an even hum. It's a rise and fall, as you can hear. At least I assume you can on this video. That may be because the motor is not bolted down now. The pulley is free spinning after the power is shut off very nicely. The unit appears to be in excellent shape. The one thing I haven't done is engage the clutch and attempted to turn the agitator, which I will do now. And one more time, just for fun. So, with the exception of a little lubrication, it may be that a new belt and a new power cord will be all I have to do to have this in working order. If that's the case, that's very pleasing. Now, as you can see, the agitator is free, and it has been since I've seen the unit, until the clutch is engaged. And I don't think it is yet. I have to put my hip against it. Ah, yeah, it just went in right there. And while it's stiff, it's free. And I would say that's some old lubrication that needs to be replaced. But we'll find out. I'm not free-handed enough to demonstrate 180, I don't think it, and it takes a little effort. I'm hearing something. Let's see what we're seeing. Maybe we can see when I'm doing that. Let's see. Now I'm turning the agitator by hand, and everything's moving. So, new lubrication, a new drive belt, and a new power cable, and I believe I'll have a working 1936 Model 30 Maytag. Very good. Well, we've been running now a good 20 minutes. And while the motor is warm on the top, I wouldn't call it hot. And this is running unimpeded without a belt on it. Poor old grandmother had a hard night last night, didn't you, Grandma? She woke me up, and it was a good thing because just after she woke me up, little Buster, my fox terrier, strangled and passed out, and I had to clear his throat with my finger, as I've had to do several times to save his life. And if she had not have woken me up when she did, I was so tired I may have not caught it in time. So thank you, Jenny Beanie Weenie Bear, the original Beanie Weenie grandmama. She's our first mother and our first grandmother, our only grandmother, and it was her baby that passed away last week, Honey Bear. Thanks, Grandma. You're a winner. She's about 15 years old now. Now it's getting hot on top, but I can still hold my hand on it and probably could for a long time. Matter of fact, it's rather therapeutic. It feels good on my poor old arthritic fingers. And it seems to be uniform around it. Alright, now I've shut the motor off after almost 30 minutes, I would say. Now I'm going to restart it so you can hear the sound at the pickup. If I can find the button. Well, grandmother gets out of the way. Motor is still free spinning quite well after the power is cut off. Quite a firm thud when it's powered up.